Hi there everyone, welcome back to the stream. So today's activity is a bit of an irritation. We're doing some changes. So a bit of background. We got a stage environment, operational data store that we report out of, and we're changing some structures on the underlying tables. This is a boring on the job thing. We're basically just going to do auditing and make sure that the changes that are being made, will be, not breaking any upstream stuff. So it's a bit of regression testing, so to speak. So we're basically having a bunch of columns that are getting deprecated, and then there's some that are getting retained. So in the case of these two, they're dupes of those. With data type changes, we need to serve them up as virtual columns in a view. And then we've got some case logic that we need to implement or adapt for two other columns, right? So we don't break anything. And the reason for that is because we're running a whole bunch of unions. So first things first, we need to go and check where this change is going to happen. So to do that, we need to jump onto a server. Ooh. And I just remember, this box is in AWS, which means that I need to jump onto an RDP machine. Just make sure my VPN is connected. Yes, it is. Right. Jump onto something like this, onto my dev box. And let's get cracking. So, right. We've frozen. Visual Studio has frozen. Okay, interesting. Don't think I need it, but let's go. So, we need to speak to that guy. Oh, now we're logging in as the wrong user as well. Darn it. That user does not have access. Who am I logged in as here? It's the same user, and here it's the same user. Right, that's really annoying. I've got the credentials stored. Never mind. There we go. So that's the one we want to be as. I can close that. Don't care about that. And let's have a look. So we have our data mart. Well, data mart, but there is an operational data store in here. Ooh, there it is. And let's have a look at the views. So we have some underlying views that are serving up data. So what we want to have a look at is this guy. So we've got two different source systems we're feeding from. The one is a common domain model, hence the CDM prefix, and the other one is from one of our own other applications. And what I'm looking for, is the following. So I'm looking for these two: tracking completed and tracking started. Tracking completed, tracking started. Right. I can see there's something that's where it's going to be pear-shaped with my regression, because if we look carefully, sorry, just let me get to where I was there. Right, so let's go and look at the columns that are getting retained are completed date time and first carrier scan date. So let's start with this guy, completed date time, right? So if we go in here, we go completed daytime, do we see it anywhere? 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 No, we don't. Right. So, but we have a completed, oh, there we go. Completed daytime, which we're sourcing from this fella here. Right, this is interesting. Sorry, just want to check that I'm on the right. I'm selecting out of the right table. Oh no, I'm not. Okay, so let's start by doing this. We go to the table, we look at the dependencies, and then we make a decision from there. So that guy. Right, let's just go view dependencies. So here are the objects that we don't care about store procedures, really, do we? No, but we care about things like this. So manifested parcel 50 days. Holy crap. Yeah, okay. So this guy is the main guy that we're going to care about. And in this guy, we need to retain the metadata. And the reason we need to retain metadata is because all these other guys are being manipulated to not care about the new or missing fields, right? So this guy, VDM manifested parcel 50 days. No, that is not true. He's not the main guy. Or is he? Or is it this guy? Oh man. This is really painful. Let's go and look in the Jira. So I'm just going to quickly off-screen read up on this one again. So we're saying that we have, yes, it's taken out of the all retailers 50 days table, but then all retailer 50 days. So let's have a look at that one. So there's another object here that we're busy dealing with, and that one is called, is it this one? Yep, that one. So if we view dependencies here, let's see if we have any similarities. So let's bring both of them up side by side. So this is the one we're altering, and all our manifested parcels 50 days. So there's our that guy there. All our manifested parcels 50 days. That's what we care about. This guy we don't care about because he was a, well, I don't think we do, at least, because I think this never went into production. But I know that guy is affected. And this guy is currently in production, so we can't break this guy. So the first thing we need to do this is so weird. Why? Yeah, VCDM manifested parcels 50 days. This RI manifested parcels. Right, so let's have a look at that view RI manifested parcels. get rid of that guy. View RI manifested passes 50 days, right? There. So if we go script view is create to new query ended. Let's have a look. So let's go back to that guy. So we've got tracking completed and completed date time. Right, so tracking completed and completed date time. So first things first, we want completed date time. There we go. And that guy is then the source. So if we look here, that statement need to be put source form is not what he said it was. That's interesting. Is it tracking completed? Is actually a date time too. So let's just hover over this guy. It's a date time too, 0 position. Right, so it's a date time 2, 0 position. The reason why we care about metadata is because this serves Tableau and Tableau will break. So let's just alter that guy. So I just want to go further down into here. Yeah, this is an art. It's a freaking nightmare. Right, so that was the first field. Which was tracking completed. I'm going to go here, I'm going to say deprecated in DI and underlying source tables. Right. Then the next, sorry, they're pinging me in the background. Right. So something just, never mind. So that was tracking started. Sorry, was that tracking completed or tracking started? That was tracking completed. So now tracking started, which is another date time too. Tracking started belongs to first carrier scan date. Alright, so let's look for first carrier scan date. First carrier scan date, which is this guy. Right. So we go here and we say equals that guy. And it's, again, it's date time to 0 position. And we just go here and we copy this, that guy, and we put that little block comment in there. and then we go again and we look at this. So the next one is delivered on day. So there's a case statement here that we need to put in. So delivered on day, delivered on day, delivered on day. Oh boy, I can see this is gonna be. I can see where this is going. This is not gonna make me happy. Okay, it doesn't look. What is delivered? Is there some weird varchar? I think this is something. I don't think this delivered on day. Let's have a look. Let's go Control F. Delivered. Find next. Let's do this. Ah, can't find. Okay, so delivered on day is irrelevant to this, which is fine then. So that's then deprecated. And then we've got the last one, which is delivered, which is a true-false statement based on a not null thing. So where was delivered equals delivered? Delivered. So delivery date time is null, then false, else true, and. Okay. Fair enough. And that needs to be, I just need to convert that to a specific data type, or else we might have metadata breakage, or it might be some other weird thing. So let's just go and say it's a Unicode varchar 50. Right. Convert. Yep, happinesses, and in we go. Oh. That's nasty. Right, let me just go and take this little thing and drop that in. Just so we know that it's deprecated. Okay, and I think that's that. Right, so what we've done is we've basically taken the logic that, if we were to smack fields together, it would work. We have extra underlying metadata that supports the overlying metadata, so that's all good. Okay, cool. I think we are done. Then this view feeds the whole rest upstream. Okay, so just going to go and do that. and then we're going to go and say comments all good, and then at the person that's dealing with this, you can go ahead. Right. So we buffered in the views. Right. Let's see if there is anything. Right. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. So back to my Jira board, which is off screen, so you can't see it. So I've got some other things I need to look into, and I have roughly about 20 minutes before I need to stop the stream. Right, so we've got let's see what we should deal with. We have lots of bugs sitting in the background, but they're not something we're going to tackle in the next 20 minutes or even make any headway on. Right, we have something here that's interesting to look at. It's marked as a bug, so we got this built this data feed, and they're saying that on the 13th of this month, so I just want to have a quick look. 13th was on a Wednesday. We didn't, trying to remember when we had network outage. So this one was from what was the time? What's the timestamp on this one? It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Right. I have now a phone call on my other phone. I'm going to pause the screen. I will be back. Right, sorry about that break. Related to what I was going through, but it wasn't the same thing. So, anyway, we got this data feed that happened on the 13th of the 6th, 2018 at, well, file was generated 21 seconds after 4. and they're saying that the file was very low, and they expected it to be a lot. Finished it. Expected a file to and finish at 13. I don't know. They expected the file to have a lot more lines of data in it. So I've got. It's a bit of a funny one because I don't store these or retain this data for security purposes. I do have a configuration environment sitting on the same server that we were. No. Yes. No, it's not sitting on the same server. So we can use this screen. Just need to connect to one of my machines, namely that one. Oh, not that one. Namely that one. And now we have a table here called ref cm1 delta. Right, so if we select top 1000 out of this table, we've got these incremental IDs, right? And we've got these date timestamps on when things happen. So if we just, first of all, we want to say where insert date is greater than midnight on this day, so we'll go 2018 hyphen 06 hyphen 13. So that was, this will return anything after midnight on this day, right? There we go. It's not many. Let's do and less than, and we do the 14th. Right. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, a bit of finger trouble there. Right, so now, and let's do an order by one, just our class key, and let's have a look. So the file that they said, so this file, it must have been this file, because the next one generated. So that was the last execution. So there was an ETL that took a whole of 2 seconds to suck out data. Now, if we look at these two numbers, so that was the previous one at 2 o'clock, and then we had one at 4. So it looks like we missed an hour. Don't know why we missed an hour. That's interesting. You can also see that between these two there was very little system IDs. Now it is a multi-tenanted system, so let's just do this. So I just want to see what this looks like. How many? So 24,000 rows of data. So was that the right 2 fields? No, it wasn't. What time? 4 o'clock. So that one, I copied the wrong fields. So the 2 o'clock run, no, sorry, the 4 o'clock run, which was right, minus the 2 o'clock run. Right. That's a small number, 1,330. So I'm going to say that it's completely plausible that that there was something happening then. Unfortunately, I cannot. Right. Are they saying there's one file missing? Um, but there wasn't. Okay, so this, I'm going to close this. The reason is because I can see that there was a small amount of data, and they're, oh no, wait, they're not complaining about this one. They're complaining about the previous one that only contained, okay, so let's do this again. So they're complaining about the file completing at 1 o'clock. Because then they said, oh, and there was then one at 2, and then there was missing one, they're saying. So the one at 1 o'clock had a small amount of records. So if we take that one and subtract the previous one, right, is that 12 o'clock, yeah. Then how many rows of data do we get? 19,000. Well, it could be just a small amount of JL record or this customer's records in there. It's plausible. And then there was only 1,000 in the other one. So it is, yeah. You know what? It is plausible. So please confirm. Well, what do they want from this? No. Right. So we're just doing a bit of root cause analysis on this. They actually don't want the file. They're just flagging it as a. They complained that it was a file missing, and unfortunately, I don't think I've got the job history that far back. However, this is an SSIS job, so I do have it. Right, so let's have a quick look at this guy. So I'm just going to pull up the specific project. That guy, and we go reports, all executions, and let's go back to, I should have back to the 13th, I'm sure. No I don't, no I don't. How terrible is that? Oh, how terrible is that? Oh, wait. What? Oh no. It's on the 14th. Okay. It's not. Oh, wait. 13th. 13th. I do have. How far back do we get? There was one that did execute. But was there no data, maybe? CM1. Oh no. Wrong hour, yeah. CM1. Took 3.449 seconds. It's hardly any data. That's weird. Oh man. Okay. We did have an execution. But it didn't generate a record. So, oh wait, are we on the right? Sorry, let's just make sure that we're on the 13th, right? Yeah. As that guy, 1,500 hours. He generated nothing. Okay. Well, he generated something, apparently, but It doesn't have a row here. And we're on CM1, right? CM1 delta. So the ETL completed didn't generate anything to insert, which means there wasn't any data. So the file must have been blank. So which means that there was nothing to update, which means it wouldn't have done an insert. Right, okay, that makes sense. So that's the logic. If I have no data, I don't generate an update. I have my last record, right? Cool. Right, so there was no data for 3 o'clock. Oh man, this is so interesting. Okay, so that's fine. So there was no data for the 3 o'clock. It was not related to an outage then, because there was no, I had no execution errors. If I go and I look at my other box that has the engine that generates these data feed files, so let's just go and have a look at that guy. There was no outage on the 13th on this box, as far as I remember. Well, there could have been. Wait. We had some network issues. Not at that time. But there was no data, so the feed would have been, it's irrelevant. It's not this box. Right, so if we go, let's just go and just need an ID. CM1 is 11. Right, so if we go this guy, there we go, where IFK long bloody column name equals 11, and then we go, there was a where clause here, this guy. Just copy that and we'll fix up the column names, and DT event date. So it's for that day. Oh, great, and we have no order by clauses here. Or no indexes. Oh, there we go. Not too painful. So they were saying, so if we go and we look here. Ooh. No, there was a file. It did generate an empty file. They're not moaning about that one. They just, but they're just saying that. Okay, so we had no outages. It is a possibility that there was low volume, right? So it's not related to the actual engine. So I'm going to go back on this Jira, and I'm going to go and say that add comment. Oh, wrong Jira. Here we go. We're going to add the comment to David and add Crispy. Please note that, so I'm typing off screen, please note that all systems worked percent in data trunk and data services. We did generate all files. However, the 1500 one was empty due to no data, and the 1300 was also low on data. The only we had no recorded outage as far as I remember on the 13th of June during the afternoon. I am closing this Jira as there is no further investigation required. Right. Cool. So I'm going to go and reject this one. He's now rejected. I'm going to log my time quickly against him. Oh, great. It won't allow me to log time now, because I rejected the darn thing. Put it back in progress. Work log. Oh, it's not allowing me to log time. Why is it not allowing me to log time? It is classified. It is completed. It has story points. All is good. Log work. Oh no, it allows me log work. Right. So I started on this one at 2 o'clock. Happinesses. That's fine. Log work. Right, then we can now move it into rejected because it's not a bug. Right, happinesses. We are now done. So I now have a hard stop. I need to go. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. Ciao.
I am sure.